We are teaching you about the incredible program. We're also teaching you different ways of building on social media. We're giving you some tools for your mindset, for your life, for your business, really to help you be and gain the success that you are looking for. And let's talk about Mondays. I know we're all excited about Monday, right? Well, if you're building your own business, you probably are, right? But how many of you, before you started working on what you were working on now, worked a job where you weren't excited about Monday, where you didn't really want to have to get up, where you didn't really want to have to set that alarm? Yeah, anybody been there? The truth is, the majority of people are out there like that. It's true. They're waking up every Monday morning. They're like, oh, I have to go get ready for work. I have to do this and stuff like that. They don't have the freedom that they're looking for. They don't have the joy that they want. And they're living a life so much smaller than what they want, right? And so on Mondays, some of my favorite posts to do on the My AI are things like Mindset Monday, Motivation Monday for hashtags. I really like to focus on the person who got up, who went to work, who's scrolling Facebook, trying to drink their coffee, attempting to figure out what it is that they want, and wondering why it's another week of the exact same thing. So there's a couple of different posts that I want to give you and some ideas of how to do some posts for Mondays, okay? Now remember, when we set the intention of what we're going to do, first of all, any post that we're going to make online ever, we set an intention of the outcome that we want for it, right? We set the intention of the outcome that we want for that post. For me, 9 times out of 10, it's conversations. I want conversations that are going to go towards my business. I want conversations that are going to go towards buying a product of mine. I want a conversation that's going to go towards weight loss. Whatever it is, I want a conversation of something in an area where I can have a great conversation to see if I am the person who can help this other person, right? It's always the intention that I'm looking for the people that I can help. Now, can I help every single person? No. It's silly to think that every single person is my customer. There are people who will not resonate with my message. There's personality things, but there are thousands of people out there who can benefit, and I want to make sure to find those. So how do we do that? First, we set the intention that we want that. The second thing, we're going to make some posts. Now, first, before I do our posts, I want to make sure that you know exactly where you're going to find your replay at. Come over here to the official corporate Nowsite group. You come over here to the official corporate Nowsite group. You want to make sure that you are a part of this because you are not only going to find all of your replays because I stream live here, right? So here's the replay that you'll have it immediately after this is over. You can also find out all about your meeting times, things that are coming up. Special meetings are placed in here. And I see you guys over there. If you're one of those 4 over there watching on Facebook, come on over here to the live one, to our Zoom. It's so much more fun over here where you can ask questions and participate with all of us. Just go to nowsite.online. Nowsite.online. You can join us over here. Now, you want to know more about me? My name's Elizabeth Larson. I have been building businesses online for a very long time and teaching social media and websites, blogging, business building, conversations through websites and social media for over 10 years. I started off on the stages of an essential oil company a long, long time ago. And I have built some beautiful things through this whole process. All of my posts here are made with the Nowsite system. So if you ever want to know what kinds of posts I do, you're more than welcome to come over here. You can also do any of these as a make it your own. Feel free to. And I think we've got that covered now. Now, let's come over here to our Nowsite system. Remember, each and every day we're using this system to take our authentic voice and give it out to the world, right? So there's 3 things we do each day. We post on social media, we comment on other people's posts, and we start conversations. We post on social media. That is our message out to the world. When we comment on other people's posts, that we're talking about there the news feed mostly, right? And we go and through the news feed and make comments on other people's posts so that we can actually have great conversations with people. Love this picture, Mary. Love that. Okay. So we start conversations on others people's posts because the truth is only so many people are going to see our posts. Even if you have thousands of followers, only a certain percentage of those will ever see any post based on algorithms. So you want to make sure you're commenting on other people's posts to start conversations as well. And then we start conversations through Messenger, through WhatsApp, Telegram, other ways of starting messages. Also, you want to go ahead and start conversations that way. All right, what we're talking about today, though, for our Monday post is actually making our Monday post online. Each day you make a post, what you want to remember is it is actually designing your profile page. When people come over and see you, they're actually going to see all of the different things that you have on there and learn more about you. So the one post is not just the only post that you want to think about. When you make a post, you want to remember that it's actually going on your page to show who you are, where you've come from, and what your message is, right? So you want to have a mixture of reels, videos, posts, and other things, right? So as we come back over here, I'm going to make a post today going out using pictures, and I'm going to show you 3 different ways to do the exact same post. All right. The first one we're going to do here is caption and suggested image. Caption and suggested image is when we want the AI to make the image and give us the image and give us the post. And so what I asked for today is this right here. Is today, I wanted it to write me a post based on this. Remember, it's Monday. And who is it that I'm trying to affect? The person who went to work, the person who doesn't believe in themselves, the person who doesn't believe their life can be any different, right? And so I asked for the post to be about, is today the day to make a change? Is today the day to stop living small? We hold ourselves back from so many great things because of our belief that we do not deserve them or we cannot achieve them. Okay. Threw that in there. And I did this 3 different ways. This one I did with a suggested image, and this is what the AI gave me. Is today the day you break free from fear and claim the life you deserve? Too often we let insecurities hold us back. But remember, every big journey starts with a single step. I've been there, overcoming a tough past to create a successful life. Let's do this together. Now, the post itself is great. I could add some more of my own story in there, which would probably make it resonate more with people. But this picture right here, not exciting, right? Doesn't really resonate. So I can change the image and find something else like that. Let's look up something like happy, some generic word, right? And I could use any of these kinds of posts and make some wording on them. And remember, if you do not see the button at the bottom, it just means you shrink down your Zoom. And so I could make a cute little post with that, put some wording on it and things like that for that post. Now, I want to show you though what it would look like if you actually did long post and suggested image. Now, people will say, well, it's too many words. It's too many words. Well, the more words, the more opportunity to connect with that person in a meaningful way. I'm not just trying to get like 100 likes or something or 100 thumbs up. I don't really care about those. What I care about is making a post that actually leads to a conversation that will somebody may be interested in my product or business. And the more meat I have in there, I find the better results I get from that. So let's come over here to long post and suggested image. So when I did that same exact wording for long post and suggested image, this is what I got. Is today the day to make a change? We all have those moments, you know, the ones I got to make this bigger or put on my glasses. Goodness, it's difficult working on a small screen. Okay. Is today the day to make a change? We all have those moments, you know, the ones when you're standing in front of the mirror, toothbrush in hand, wondering if it's finally time to leap out of your comfort zone and do something bigger. Is today that day? Is today the day you stop playing small in life's grand game? Many of us silently and anchor ourselves down with thoughts like, do I really deserve this? Can I actually achieve that? Well, let's talk about why today might just be the day we flip the script on that narrative. First, let's goodness, I can't even read today. First, let's chat about the shackles of self-doubt. I'm going to put some space in there. We often find ourselves thinking everyone else is a firework and we're just a sparkler. Fun, but lacking that wow factor. But what if I told you sparklers can light up a room just as well? I imagine a world where iconic figures like Oprah Winfrey and Steve Jobs let self-doubt win. The irony, they just started as humbly as the rest of us. Okay, so it's a little long. I would probably cut some of this out of there. But the first part of it is exactly what I was looking for, right? So let's go back up down to the bottom. So back to the original question, is today the day? Maybe it is. Maybe today's the day we collectively jump on that cliff, off that cliff, and soar higher than we've even imagined. Let's say yes to potential and no to limits. Because friends, while we can't predict the future, we can certainly create it. And who better equipped to craft an epic experience than you? Are you ready for a change? Let me know in the comments. Let's cheer each other on and make the change happen. Now, I like a lot of this. I would probably cut out the first, second, and third, or a lot of that, and just use the top and the bottom part of it. But here's the interesting thing. Some of the reasons why I sometimes like the suggested image thing is because the post itself will give me an idea of either a photo or something else to use with it that I didn't originally have. Let's see if any of you catch this. Some of you may, some of you might not. So back to the original question. Is today the day? Maybe it is. Maybe today's the day we collectively jump off that cliff and soar higher than we've ever imagined. Has anybody ever seen the video by Steve Harvey called Jump? Anybody ever? Wouldn't that be a perfect video to post with this? That would be an absolute perfect video to post with this. And I'll find it for you guys, for those of you who haven't seen it. So definitely getting my thinking. And of course, the ending would be something to the effect of, I'd love to have a conversation with you. I'm here to help you change, and something to that. Now, last way I want to show you how to do this is a selfie AI. Selfie AI is when we take a selfie of ourselves, take a picture of ourselves, upload it into the AI, and use the exact same wording again. None of the wording that I've given the AI has changed. It's all the same, right? So now what the post is today the day to make a change. Remember, we are the creators of our own destiny. If fear or insecurity is holding you back, it's time to break free. Let's step boldly into our best selves and live large. Okay, love that. Now, this is a great inspirational post. Very simple, very easy, not a lot of wording or anything else. So if you don't feel like putting a lot of wording into it and you just want to sow inspiration, that is one way to do a very short, easy, inspirational post. Okay, here's LinkedIn, or here's Instagram. Today might just be the day to make that change. Remember, we hold the power to shape our own destinies. If fear or insecurity is getting in your way, it's time to set yourself free. Let's step boldly into our best selves and live large today. Now, I'm going to show you one thing that you can do with this that I don't think I've ever shown you before this way. So let me do this. I'm going to take the wording that was there, and I'm going to take one of these photos. Not this one. I'm going to take this photo. I'm going to change image. I'm going to go to my images, and I'm going to take that photo, and I'm going to use this photo right here. Okay. Now, the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to add text to the image, and I'm going to put that text here, but I'm going to take a whole bunch of this out, right? We hold the power to shape our own destinies. Let's see. I'm going to do it like this. All right. And I'm going to increase the font size, and I'm going to shrink this down so I can actually see something on here. Okay. I'm going to change the overlay just a little bit, just darken it up just a little bit, or actually change the overlay color, make it a little more pinkish. Okay, now it show up. That's okay. All right. So it changed the thing beforehand, but that's okay. It'll work. All right. Now add. So now you can put wording actually on your own photo as well, not just the Now site one. So I could use this photo if I want and download it. Once I hit get started and download, I can actually come back over to the other one that I already made right here. And I can use this wording right here, put it out on Instagram, have the words right there. There we go. And this little button right down here is something, if you're going to do Instagram, on your computer, you really want to make sure you know this little button right down here. It's these little arrows down here. And you can change it to from a square to taller than wider to landscape. Okay. I'm going to do it like this because that's where it looks best. Hit next, put my wording in here, hit share, and I'm done, right? Okay. So 3 different ways to do the exact same post. You could do it with your own photo. You could do it with the caption and suggested image. You could do it as a long post. Now, I will tell you this. As you get really good at using this AI, I'm going to give you a trick that I do because I adore this thing. As you start using the AI more and more, I actually use the caption and the long post and suggested image the most. And the reason I do that is because I don't generally use the entire thing that it gives me because, yeah, it's a little bit more War and Peace, right? But let me show you what I can do with it, okay? Let me go back over to long post. Okay, so here's my long post, right? Let me share my screen because this sure be a lot more helpful if you guys could see something, right? Okay. Now, Mike, you're supposed to catch me on that. If I don't share my screen, you let me know, okay? All right. So I may not use all of this wording, but the wording is fantastic, right? One thing I can do, I can hit get started and just hold it over here just in case the changes I make, I don't like as much, right? Now I'm going to come back over here. Now, one thing that we've never talked about is we can actually start off with long post and suggested image, and then we can say, make it shorter. Now, we've always made it longer, right? We've always reversed it, right? We've always started out with the short one and then make it longer, make it longer. This is one trick I like a lot because I love the way the long post and suggested image gives me more meat to work with. So if I don't want to go through and take the time to edit all of it myself, I can click make it shorter and then give it some direction if I want, hit regenerate, and it's going to take down that post some, right? It's going to take it down and not make it quite as long. Now, still, it's longer than a short post, right? But it has less meat. So let's see. Is today the day we make a change? Ever stare in the mirror, toothbrush in hand, pondering if it's time to leap beyond your current comfort zone? Is today the day to stop playing small in life's grand game? We often anchor ourselves to doubt with doubts. Do we deserve this? Can I achieve that? Let's flip the narrative. Self-doubt can make us feel like sparklers next to fireworks, but sparklers light up rooms too. Imagine if Oprah or Steve Jobs let doubt in. They started just as humbly. If they turned sparks into brilliance, so can we. I'm going to make this just a little bigger. Okay. Consider the possibilities beyond fear's edge. Everything you want is on the other side of fear. True. I would actually take that part out and just make it a little bit more concise. Everything you want is on the other side of fear. True. Picture jumping off a metaphorical cliff with dreams and ambition, terrifying yet thrilling. Step out and discover a world of opportunities beyond the sidelines. Magic begins where the comfort ends. You deserve happiness because you exist. Morning adventures are yours for the taking. Recognize self-worth. It isn't earned, it's realized. Lift your head, puff your chest, and march toward life-changing horizons. So is today the day? Let's say yes to potential and no to limits. While we can't predict the future, we can create it. Who better than you to create an epic existence? Okay, so teeny part of this I would probably take out. Other than that, I'd probably add in just a little bit of my personal story of starting my business or my personal story of going on the weight loss journey, my personal story of believing in myself just this much to take a step of fear, right? Remember, you guys are affecting people out there, and many of them don't have much hope left. Their hope may be just the size of a mustard seed, and you may be the watering can to help them grow into that giant, 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 giant mustard tree, right? But somebody has to give them the message. Will it be you today? Will you give them the message? Let's go take 5 minutes. We're going to make our post, okay? And think about the message that you want to get out there that's true to your heart, the message that you have for somebody, that they'll have the conversation with you about your product, that they'll have the conversation with you about your business opportunity, to come work with you. Think about the problems that you solve and put that into your message. I'm going to take 5 minutes. I'm going to put 5 minutes on the thing. And then we're going to come back. I'd love to see some of your guys' posts today. So if you put your, if you raise your digital hand, we can also take questions during this time. But if you raise your digital hand and put your link down below to your profile, I would love to see some of your posts. But let's go ahead and take 5 minutes and do our post today. Really like that. I don't know why. It's kind of silly, isn't it, Deborah? But I just love that little song. It's just so cheery.
It's not silly. It just feels good. I enjoy it.
Right. Yeah. Hi, honey. How are you today?
Hi, I'm doing great. I have a question.
Okay.
So on my Facebook page, it says top reach this week, 375. And then it says something about show your photo to your story to reach your followers or something like that. So kind of what should I do with that?
Okay. So you got a thing, so you are a digital creator account, correct? On your
Yes.
Facebook. And so it said your reach, your post reach was 375.
Right, yeah, on just the little clips across the top.
Okay.
Hmm.
Okay, so it's giving you a baseline of where you're at in your increase, and it should say increased, correct? Increased too?
No, this is not inside looking at the information. It's just across the top of, like when you first get into your Facebook before you actually get to your profile page,
Right.
where the stream is,
Yeah.
then it just has just all these little clips. And on one of mine, it says top reach this week is 375 with a light
Oh,
bulb.
okay, great. Okay, so that means you're getting more engagement and more reach. The thing with the stories, let's talk about stories for a minute. We haven't talked about that a lot, and I think we need to start including some things on stories here. Okay. So stories, when you go on your Facebook stories, when you take some of your posts and you turn them into a story, you get reach in a different way. So your news feed, when you make a regular post, only goes to your news feed, right? Now, an interesting thing happened at A&MP that Sarah Robbins did with everybody. She had everybody start with, so first of all, when I open up my Facebook, you're going to see stories up here at the very top, right? Anybody who's on their phone, the first thing you see is stories. And it's very easy to start seeing some people where you're like, picture of Tom's house. I don't know why that was popping up. Okay, so it's like this, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so you could go across stories and you start, they've positioned it in a way that it's very, very easy to be like, oh, I wonder what that is, right? Now, something you're going to notice about all the stories is they have a picture. They usually have some writing or something, or they are of a video. Like here's Courtney. Courtney's is a video, and you could start seeing hers. Steve, I saw you come on. There you are. Okay, so here's Steve's. So if I click on Steve's story, home of the Arizona Diamondbacks. Okay, I'm the Arizona girl, not you. I don't know what you're doing with that.
I was visiting.
Oh, okay. Spare tire weight loss challenge day 8, a video of him at Planet Fitness. So, why stories? First of all, let me tell you what Sarah Robbins did, and then I'll explain to you what you do with it, okay?
Mhm.
So she asked everybody in the room, raise your hand if you look at stories on Facebook. Half the audience raised their hands. Half the audience didn't. Okay, so who here watches stories? Raise your hand if you watch the stories. If you do not watch the stories, do not raise your hand. Keep hands up if you watch the stories. Isn't that interesting? It's about half the people, right? Okay. Now, if you do not look at stories or rarely look at stories, raise your hand. Okay. There's the others. Now let's do another thing. If you watch the reels, raise your hand.
Mhm.
If you watch the reels, look at all the hands that are not going up though. If you do, okay, everybody lower your hands. Now, if you do not watch the reels, raise your hands. Look at all the people that don't watch reels. Okay. So the reason that she did this is because we usually will post only in the way that we think, not for best engagement. Does everybody understand that? We usually post the way we think, not for best engagement. So what stories do is that they're very short little clips. They're telling somebody something that you want them to know. Jessie Lee Ward would do this where she would have 10 to 17 stories lined up in a row all the time of stuff. Because the thing about stories, let's watch Steve's real quick. If I click on Steve, it comes up with the Arizona Diamondbacks thing first. Then it comes up with this Planet Fitness thing. Notice I did not press a button. It
Mhm.
went to his next story and his next story, unless it's done or I switch it, it will continue to go through every one of his little clips. The key to this is when somebody is just kind of mindlessly scrolling stories or something, you have the ability to reach people that you wouldn't normally reach because they just watch stories, right? And so what you can do with the stories now, Deborah, is you could take some of those posts where you had some really great engagement and turn it into a short pic with a short thing for your story. So let me see if I can find something really good here. All right. So here's Nina. Everybody knows Nina. She's our hairdresser, our Hollywood hairdresser. So she has one here. Here's another story. Here's another story. And it just keeps going and going and going. So if you could take a picture and put some words on there of something that you want some to sow a seed, think about stories as sowing seed. They're not for the dramatic outcome. They're not for the everything now. They're more sowing seed. So this is what I'm doing today. Hey, this is what weight loss looks like. For Mike, he could be having one of his bars or something and say, it's really this easy. You could have a before and after picture on there saying, ready to start. All these different little things. Does that make sense, Deborah?
Mhm.
Okay. Best practice, you should do stories, posts, regular videos, and reels. You should do all four. If you do all four, you're hitting every type of person out there. Now, what if you're only good at one? Stick to what you're good at and learn one more. Learn to add one more. Don't try to do everything at once and overwhelm yourself. So I hope that was helpful. And
Can you just clarify just a little bit, and I don't want to take up too much time, of what a story is versus a post?
okay, so go to your phone on Facebook. Everybody go to your phone on Facebook. I'm sure you all have the app on your phone. Open up the top of Facebook, click on one of the stories up there. What do you notice about it? You notice it's either a video or a picture. It's very short. Not a lot of words with it, right? There's no additional words with it. It's just the one thing that you see. Everybody see that?
Mhm.
Now, Deborah, scroll down and see some of the posts on the news feed. What do they look like that's different? They have words and pictures or videos with a lot more description. Does that make sense?
Okay.
And some of the best way to learn this is just keep playing with it back and forth as you start seeing that. Okay,
All right.
Vicky,
Thank you.
you're welcome, honey.
Okay, now on the stories, now I'm all confused because it can be one person initially and then it'll change around. And I think this is from somebody else.
Right, exactly. That's what it does. Facebook will continue to show you more and more of people's stories. That's why they're so
Oh, okay. So I just need to understand what are the four things that you're saying? Stories, reels,
so
live.
so altogether, if you want to do complete best practice, you should do regular posts,
Oh,
stories,
mhm.
reels, and some sort of regular video, whether you're either uploading a regular video on your posts or doing a live.
Okay. Now, my question was, poor AI, it's not used to me doing a long thing. It's like, who is this? And it took forever for it to come up. When you said, okay, time is up, it finally was doing it. But how do you do digital creator under your name in your
In your
information?
Okay, so let me show you that. It's a type of profile. And let me come over here and let me share my screen. All right. So you'll notice on mine, it says digital creator. It's a
Mhm.
type of account. It's a professional Facebook account. It is not a Facebook business page. It is not a Facebook page. It's actually my regular profile, but I've turned it into a professional type account. The way you do that is over here at the three dots. So you see post, about, reels, photos, videos, groups, more. Over here at the last three dots,
Mhm.
you can hit this and you can say turn on professional mode.
Turn on.
Now, the thing that's really neat about having a professional profile is, first of all, you'll notice it's all followers. It's not friends up here that most people see. People see all my followers. But the other thing that's really neat about that is that you get some statistics to watch your algorithm and watch how your posts are doing that you don't normally have with your regular accounts.
So does that stop other people from posting on your account if you
You
turn
get
it?
you get to choose who posts on your profile, but you don't need to worry about whether people are posting on your profile. Is that what
Okay.
you're asking?
Yeah, because I have a friend that posts about his crabbing and fishing like 500 times a day. I don't know when he works.
Okay.
And so it all comes on my feed.
Well, that's because Facebook thinks that you want to see that. That has everything to do with you and not him, really. So if you want to see different people on your feed, start
Mhm.
clicking on different people in your friends lists and the algorithm will change.
Okay, no, I do that, but he just posts so much, and I don't want to hurt his feelings and say, could you please stop and block him? So, okay, I'll figure it out.
So here, there's two things you could do in that case. Number one, I'll show you what to do. And unfortunately, keep in mind, this could be happening to you if you do too many posts about stuff that people don't care about.
Mhm.
Hold on one second.
So if I change mine to professional, I can put digital creator, but I would have to
Yeah,
fill out everything, right? The bio and all of that stuff.
you should have your bio and everything all filled out anyways, because your
Yeah, I
Facebook page
don't.
is okay. So number one job before you make any other posts, go do that.
I shouldn't have said anything.
Fill out. Well, and here's the thing. I want you guys to think about your social media as the front door to your business.
Yeah,
If you go to a pizza place and it doesn't have pizza in the front and it doesn't have any signage of what it is or anything else, the likelihood of you going in and ordering a pizza is pretty slim, right? It's
right.
the same thing with our Facebook accounts. It's that kind of same thing. So, all right, I'm going to show you what to do.
Okay.
And unfortunately, I want you to keep in mind that people are doing this to you. That's why I always tell you, don't just do buy my product, buy my product, buy my product. Let's see. Oh, we should do this post, Mike. It's Michigan, right?
Yes, go Lions.
Vicky. Okay, I can be friends with you every day, but game day. I'm a Hawkeye.
Oh no, I'm a Washington person, but I'm
Okay.
so proud of them.
So two things you can do. Show more or show less like that. You can snooze somebody for 30 days. So if you're seeing a bunch of posts that you don't want to see and you want to change your algorithm, just click snooze. If you don't want to snooze them forever, you could snooze them
Yeah,
for 3 days. They will have no idea that you snoozed them. The other thing that you can do is if you finally see so many posts and it's just getting exhausting, like maybe it's all the political stuff or it's just buy my product, or something that's just so like you're just like, I'm done. I don't ever want to see this stuff again. You can actually unfollow somebody and still stay friends. You can unfollow them and you won't see their posts, but you still stay friends with them on Facebook, which means that they can still see your posts.
or I can just do what was it? Show less. But what I really probably should do is to snooze
I
them.
would snooze because if you hit show less, it could affect other people as well.
Okay, because I'm getting, because I'm doing things the way you're telling me, I'm getting a lot more people, and it's amazing. And I'm like, that person knows that person because it's showing. Because I'll click on it, I'm like, oh my God, they know like 6 of my friends. So yeah, so I am getting a lot more different people, but his are just annoying.
So just snooze for 30 days or unfollow. One of the two. And then you'll reset your algorithm. All
Thank
right.
you so much.
You're welcome. Let's go over to Paul real quick before we end today. Ready to take your community support dreams to the next level? Let's join forces and make an impact. With a sprinkle of collaboration and a dash of passion, we can create lasting legacies for our communities. Remember, alone we can do a little together. Alone, we can do so little. Together, we can do so much. Helen Keller. I like this. What I would love to see, Paul, is maybe some wording on here and some wording on here or yeah. Hold on one second, guys. I think it's the all right. So that's what I would do there. And if you can ever do a picture of yourself, that's always best as well. All right. We're going to wrap up today. I'll see you guys tomorrow at 11 a.m. Eastern time, 8 a.m. Pacific. Shelly, this may be about my mom, so I'll let you know tomorrow how she's doing. Thank you so much for asking. And got a severe burn on my hand. It's been like kind of a rough week, but that's okay. It's all going to be good. We're building our businesses. We're doing it together. And I'll see you guys tomorrow at 11 a.m. Eastern time, 8 a.m. Pacific on My AI Live. Have a great day, y'all. Bye, everyone. Love you all.
Bye. Thank you.
All
Hope your
right.
mom is doing
Bye, you
Everyone.
guys. Have a great
Bye,
day.
Elizabeth. Blessings to your mom.
Thank you. Bye, you guys.